Good morning, Facebook. I hope you're doing well today. I am coming to you live with a bunch of my friends, and we're going to just hang out with y'all, a bunch of mamas. If you're a mama coming on with us, we would love to know that you're here. I'm trying to make sure that all our comments are being shown. So if you will pop something down in the chat bar, because we're actually using a new format today, and I want to make sure that you can see the comments and you can see all of us. So if you're popping on with us, we would love to know, where are you coming from? I would love to know that. Anybody still in their pajamas? Anybody? Any mamas at home? Anyone have their coffee? That is like a requirement for us moms, right? We got to have our coffee. So definitely let us know that you're here. I'm not seeing any comments yet, so it may take a few minutes for everybody to pile in here. But we're so excited to get this party rolling and started. It is really kind of cool outside here in Texas. I don't know, I have some peeps coming from Texas and Georgia and Florida. We got ladies from everywhere. I'm kind of envious of the Florida weather. I have a feeling she has way better weather than we do right now. So, but anyways, let's get going. And today we're just going to be, like I said, hanging out with moms. And if you're, a mom currently, let us know. Or some of you may be moms to be, like you're going to be having kiddos eventually, and we're just glad you're here. And then there may be some guys that have popped in to watch too. And hey, that's cool. No judgment. We're glad you're here as well. But hopefully this is working well. We're hoping it will. Do all of my ladies that are on here, do you see it on your live? Give me a thumbs up because I can see all of y'all. Okay, so everything. So it should be good. I see Alicia says yes. Okay, good. Perfect. So what we're going to do today is a bunch of us moms are just going to come in here and share our stories with you. We really want to inspire you to what's possible. All of us that will be sharing our stories, we are health coaches, and we all found health coaching really through our program. But we have a lot of people who are health coaches that maybe didn't do our actual program to lose weight, but they had a passion for others. They had a heart to help people. Maybe they love nutrition and fitness, but they didn't have the right tool or vehicle. So today we're going to come in here and share our stories, because as moms, a lot of you may be stay-at-home moms that are watching this live with us now. Some of you may be working moms that are having to catch this on the replay. And congratulations, either way, if you're watching this with us live or you're watching this later tonight on the replay, congratulations for taking time to catch this recording and really just see if maybe what we do would be a good fit for you. And our goal here today is, yes, to see if it's a good fit, but honestly, no matter what you do, our goal is just to inspire you to what's possible, that there's more out of life, that it is possible to be a fully present mom, but also still find fulfillment outside of being a mom. Because I don't know about y'all, but my story, and I'll share a little bit of that later, I loved being home with my babies, but I also wanted to find fulfillment with adults. Anybody ever get a little like stir crazy or cabin fever with their kids? I felt like all I was talking to was toddlers, and I loved them very much, but I really wanted to find fulfillment and purpose somewhere else, but still be able to be fully present with my children. So we're going to get started and kind of just show you just some different stories. All these moms come from different backgrounds, different walks of life. We have moms of children very young. I think 3 maybe our youngest on here, all the way up to one of our moms has a child that's already graduated, and she has I think a 4-year-old. So yeah, both sides of the spectrum there. So we're going to get started, and again at the end we'll share just a little bit more about this and a little bit of my story. But if you don't know me, my name is Tiffany Howard, and I'm just so honored that you took time to hang out with us today. So as we get started, I'm going to bring my friend Alicia up. She's from Georgia, y'all. She has the sweetest little accent, and I met her through coaching. And I think that's one of my favorite things about this is I love people. And I think I love the connections that we make the most. And so some of you moms that are joining us, maybe you're looking for more connections. Maybe you're looking for more relationships. Maybe you're looking to be connected to something greater, to have a greater purpose. Maybe you're looking for friendships. Maybe you're really fed up with your current reality. And so I'm hoping that our stories today will be an inspiration to you. So let me bring my friend Alicia on here. Give me 1 second for her to pop in with us. All right. Hey, girl, are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. Can I just say, y'all, I love social media. I love that we can get to hang out even though she's in Georgia and I'm in Texas. So that's so cool. So Alicia, if you'll just take it away and share your story with us.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm honored really just to share on this subject just because it's such it's where my heart is. I'm with Tiffany 100%. I love being a mama. I truly believe that, that is what I was put here for. Like I remember from just being a little girl, people would ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and my answer was always a mama. That's what I wanted to be. And so I am so blessed. God has blessed me truly with three. I'm the one that has kids from all ends of the spectrum, from 2 to 19. My son will actually be 20 this year, and that's hard to believe. But just a little bit about my story. I guess I came from the past 5 years, I guess, of a very just a broken place, a really broken place, a place that I didn't see a way. I was just kind of broken. I don't know any other word. That's where I was. I was very broken, and I was struggling to just, make ends meet, but also just be fulfilled, have a life that I loved and that I enjoyed and that I could give my children. But it was a struggle. And I think a lot of us grow up with a very, kind of scarcity mindset, and we live on that struggle bus. And that's just what the world tells us is normal. But I always knew there was just something deep in me that always knew that there was something more and that it didn't have to be this way. I wanted the freedom so badly to be able to stay home with my children. I know firsthand how fast they grow. I mean, I have one grown and then 12 and 2, and I wanted to soak up every minute with the little one. But I didn't have an option. I was just kind of stuck. Like this isn't possible for me. So I say all of that because it was a struggle. It was, really day in and day out of, mom guilt and someone else having my kids. And, I work for a beautiful ministry that I adore, and I still work for it now, even though I don't have to. It's just my heart. But, leaving my kids a lot at night, it was really hard. And my 12-year-old would be in school all day, and then I have to leave her in the evenings, and it was really, really hard. And so I say all this it brings me to my program and just my decision to say yes to me for probably the first time in my adult life, truly, because that's what mamas do. We put ourselves on the back burners constantly. But I finally just made that decision to say yes to my health. It was so bad that I needed help. And so I reached out to my coach, and I'm telling you, my health was definitely what was most important in the beginning. But very quickly I realized, what a door and what an avenue and what a vehicle God had given me. I truly believe, it was just put in my path. There's no such thing as coincidences. And I just truly knew, like, this is going to change my world. And very quickly I just grabbed a hold and said, let's go. And it has radically changed my world. You guys, you just have no idea, from 5 years ago, and even 4 and 3, and up to 15 months ago when I started program. I had no idea because I knew there was no way, and I knew the lies of the world, and I believed those lies. But very quickly, these two words, but God, like, but God. He has a way, and he makes a way when there is no way. Coaching has given me freedom in my time, freedom to soak up every minute with my 2-year-old. I mean, she's going to turn 3 in March, and then she'll be like 20 tomorrow. And I know that. And so I have that privilege. At any moment, she could just like run in here, that's what they do. But gosh, how blessed I am to be able to work from my sofa with my baby on a nap in the other room. Like, it is the biggest blessing ever. I literally soak up every single moment of that. Coaching has given me the freedom in my finances to do things I never could have dreamt of. 15 months ago, guys, like, I didn't know how I was going to make it. Truly, I know there's someone else right now that can relate and does not know how they're going to keep the power on, how they're going to buy school shoes, if they're going to be able to enjoy anything this summer. Like, I was that person that didn't go anywhere on spring break. Like, we just had to make do. And so I say that because coaching has truly given me freedom in my time. It has given me freedom in my finances. The things that I've been able to do this past year with my girls, my son is grown, but with my girls, it has just been the most amazing thing ever. things that we have planned, trips that we have coming up were not possible before. This has truly just been a vehicle that has changed every part of my life. And I believe that I can stop that scarcity mindset right here. My kids don't have to grow up with that. Like, they can grow up knowing that their mom was a dreamer and that I have, birthed that seed in them at an early age. And I just am truly blessed. I'm honored to be on this Zoom right now to be able to really just share my heart and hopefully give someone else hope that is living in that place of there is no way. Let me be the one to tell you right now that there is. Just reach out. It takes a leap of faith. It takes you just literally kicking fear in the face and making a decision, because if you want a change, you have to be that change. So thank you, Tiffany, so much for letting me share.
Thank you for sharing, Alicia. I just love you and your heart so much. And I just imagine, like, had God not brought this to you and had you not taken that leap of faith and said yes, all of the lives that wouldn't be radically changed today, because literally hundreds upon thousands of lives are changed because you said yes to coaching, and God put that heart inside of you to make a difference in this world. And had you not said yes, it would have held back so many people, not just your family, but so many others. You have so much to give. And it's like you're a cup and you're just overflowing. And now you have a place for that to overflow too. So I just love it. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
Love you, girl. All right. Oh, that was so good. Okay. So before we go to our next speaker, let me just say, I just said a minute ago, I'm so thankful for social media and just for technology, because we get to bring in people like Georgians to our screen, and I get to see them, but I'm not that very technologically savvy. So I apologize for those of you who jumped in right on the middle of Alicia's story. It was my fault because I had this set to private. Oops. Glad I figured it out before we finished. So I know a lot of you can go back and catch the very beginning on replay, but I know a lot of you are on here live now with us. So we'll not rehash all of that because, again, so many people will be watching this recorded and we won't want to make them hear all of this. But do want to just say that this is a webinar for moms. Everyone who's going to be sharing on here today are all moms, all health coaches, all earning full-time income, results not typical, but all of these moms getting to build this business around what matters most to them and find joy and fulfillment, all while being a stay-at-home mom. And so the next person we're going to bring on is my girl, Monique. You're going to love her accent. So she's from New York, but she lives in Florida. She calls it Florida. Monique, are you there?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, beautiful.
Oh,
Okay. Well, so glad you're here. Please just share your story with us, girlfriend.
and thank you so much for this opportunity. And I'm going to try not to cry. I started this, right, just wanting to lose weight. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to lose weight. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have a 6-year-old son, and I have 4-year-old boy-girl twins. So, you guys, my life is all sorts of crazy. And let's put it this way, my kiddos have a ton of energy. Growing up all like Alicia, all I ever wanted to be was a mom. You know, when like you have like your 5th grade yearbook, what do you want to be? I wanted to be a mom. That was my purpose. And part of my story is that I am sober and I am in recovery from drugs and alcohol. And after my twins were born, I just kept relapsing multiple times because I did not know how to cope. And you guys, the one thing I wanted to do right was be a mom. I was failing at. I was supposed to be building relationships with them and my husband, and I couldn't. You know why? Because I was so empty. I was so alone. I was so afraid. I was drowning, and I was praying for a solution. I was so stuck in me, how hard it is, how my husband worked long hours until 8:30 at night. He left at 4:30 in the morning, and they would tell me, fake it till you make it. Guys, there was no more faking because I wasn't making it. I was falling apart. I had this opportunity come to me. I did not want to become a health coach at all right away. And I was terrified. You know why? I was insecure. I was too busy, right? I was wiping butts all the time. I was hurting kids, and I couldn't imagine anything else on my plate. But then I said yes because of the people. These ladies on here today, I wanted what they had, not the material things, okay? I wanted the glow that, and to be able to help other people and get stuff out of me. The friendship I have today, just the authenticity, this hobby of my health coaching has turned into so much more, you guys. And the grace and the love and the support, that's what I needed. I needed community. I needed someone to tell me I'm so much capable. I'm capable of so much more. And being a mom is the most fulfilling job. It really is. But to show my kids that, my kids didn't even know I worked for, I just told them I was a health coach. They were like, "You're a health coach?" And knowing, that I can help other ladies and men, that they don't have to walk alone doing this. So a couple of months into this, guys, my husband was able to leave work at 4:30. We were able to have dinners as a family, okay? We were able to play board games, do those things, because I was contributing financially to the household, something I never did. I did not go to college either. I did not, please, I do not like school. That's not my thing, And then just recently, my 6-year-old is in a program called Brain Balance, and it is a very expensive program. And I'm not saying that because, of course, we would make it work, but the time commitment and the cost is huge. And guess what? We're able just to do that for him. And because of the freedom of coaching, I'm able to show up and be there at those times because I can do this from anywhere, you guys. And guess who else is doing this with me? My husband. So the gifts and the dreams that we have and able to do together, I have grown so much as a person just from being pushed and being afraid and doing it scared. And I want to encourage you, if you're watching and you are terrified, reach out. Whatever it is that you're looking to do and your passion is, do it. Do it. And you don't ever have to do it alone. And that's what I realized in this. So I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful for the opportunity and what else is to come. So thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for having
Monique.
me
I
share.
just love you so much. Her story is so inspiring, and I just love all that she's overcome, and what an inspiration that is. That you're never too far gone. You can always rise above, and I love that. I've talked to Monique several times, and she's such a good friend now. Again, through the program, wouldn't have known her had she not become a coach. But the friendships that we make and the story, the inspiration that she is, and now her husband is actually doing this alongside with her. It wasn't that way from day one. So if you're like, well, my husband would never do this, they don't have to. In fact, all of us on here started doing this alone. And then over time, our husband's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, So, really whatever you want to create, it doesn't matter. That's what's so great about coaching. So whether you are someone who is saying, I don't want to give up my career, you do something that you love, but you don't want to give that up because you enjoy it, but maybe you're looking to create some additional income. I know that, and I'll share my story later, but I know a lot of us were working full time, but we still were struggling. We couldn't just pay cash for that vacation, or maybe we couldn't take a vacation at all. So some people would love to keep the career that they have, but maybe they would love to create just an additional source of income that didn't take them but a few hours a week. And then some of you are like, you know what? I do want to replace an income. I don't like what I do. I don't like that I'm away from my kids. As you can see by these ladies' stories, that is possible as well. So no matter what you're looking to create, this opportunity could be a great fit for you. Guys, as moms, again, raise your hand if you're a mama and momming is why you were created. I love my baby so fiercely. Last night, my little Parker, one of my precious little twins, I have 3 beautiful girls. My oldest is 11 and almost 11. Oh gosh, in 2 months. So crazy. But she is severely disabled, but she is the light of our life. And I have 2 6-year-old now twins. We just celebrated their 6th birthday with their friends at Great Wolf Lodge over the weekend. And my little Parker, she lost what we call her smelly sheet, which is her lovey. And she's had it since she was born. It's this pillowcase that looks like Charlie Brown, Linus, how he's dragging that gross thing with him. That's what my daughters look like. And, last night we got home from Great Wolf Lodge, and let me tell you, this thing goes everywhere with her. But last night when we got home, she got in my bed because we do snuggle time before bed. And that's another beautiful thing of this program. Nothing comes before my children. But she got in my bed and she started bawling, and she realized she had left her smelly sheet, as she calls it, at Great Wolf. And of course I called them. They haven't been able to find it. And guys, my heart broke, absolutely broke. Most people think, oh, that's so corny. But as a mom, right, when our kids' heart break, ours break. That is why I was created, was to be a mom. But something was missing for a long time. And like Rachel said, I mean, I almost felt like there was something wrong with me, that I wanted more, because in one sense, I love my baby so fiercely and it's why I was put on this earth. But there was a part of me saying, but there must be more. And a little bit of my story, the short version of my story, I worked in real estate prior to having my children. My husband and I kind of like Dia waited, my husband and I waited 5 years before we got pregnant. And I was working in real estate and I really enjoyed it. I loved people and I loved the interaction that I was getting with people. I mean, people just fill my soul. Some people are introverts, some are extroverts. I'm definitely an extrovert. I get filled up with people. And there's a lot of health coaches that are introverts and rock this thing. So you don't have to be an extrovert, but I loved people. But then God threw this crazy whammy. And I had planned when my first baby was 3 months, I was going to go back to work and I was going to be that career woman. And right when our baby was born, we found out that she had cerebral palsy. It's one of her 28 diagnoses, and she only had 10% brain function. And basically now at almost 11, she functions as a newborn baby. She lives on 80 medications a day, tons of machines, 24-hour nursing care in her home, in the hospital, a couple months every year. The greatest joy of my life. But when I found that out, I knew I could not go back to work. Who was going to raise her? She needed doctor's appointments and therapy appointments almost daily, every week. And so I had to let go of a career. And so for a season, I stayed home and shipped her around everywhere, took care of her, and she was my main priority. But through that, we were struggling financially. My husband at one time working 3 full-time jobs to provide for us. We struggled, but I knew that I didn't have a choice. I mean, again, greatest joy of my life, but struggling financially. And then 5 years later, God blessed us with twin girls, normal, crazy, beautiful babies. And I thought, how am I going to provide? My husband was already working 3 full-time jobs. What in the world were we going to do? And so thankfully at the time, my husband and I were in ministry. We'd been pastoring 15 years. And, our church was able to allow me to be a children's pastor and allow me to work in the church office and allow me to work for our district and all kind of being able to do that with my kids in tow because it was for a church. But still struggling because now I was giving so much of my time to other people to be able to pay the bills and have a false sense of being present with my children. The reality was I was giving everything of me to other people, and my children were suffering because there wasn't enough of me left at the end of the day after working 3 different jobs at the church. I was exhausted and I wasn't present. Although I didn't have to put my kids in daycare, I still wasn't present. It was a false sense of presence. And I was struggling so bad and honestly wasn't feeling completely fulfilled. I was in some degree, but not, I knew there was more. I just knew there was more. And I felt God telling me at the time, Tiffany, you're giving everything of yourself to other people and your children are lacking. I felt that call so strongly to me as a mom, but I kept saying, God, what am I going to do? Because all these jobs pay the bills. Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to walk away? There wasn't enough income, even with my husband working 3 jobs. And somehow, just as Dia said, God always provides a way out, especially when he speaks. And so for me, it was through my health. I was overweight severely, and God brought this program into my life. A couple of weeks in, people were asking me what I was doing. And really, I signed up to Health Coach on a whim. Had no clue it would be what it is today. But like Alicia said, I just had to take the first step. I took that first step and had no idea that God was going to drastically give me fulfillment. I can't even tell you what it's like to help other people. To wake up this morning, I woke up to a text, someone saying, I'm down 13 pounds. I'm down 20 pounds. I lost 4 pounds this week. Thank you for letting me, introducing me to this. I get to play with my kids more. Thank you. I have so much energy. It's so fulfilling and rewarding to pour into people. But all while saying, I get to do this around my family. I'm the mom. My husband and I both went on a field trip Friday with our children. There was children there with no parents on the field trip, but me and my husband get to do that together. We've never missed a full field trip. We've never missed a school party. We get to volunteer at the school when we want to. We have freedom to pick up our kids when they're sick. Last week, the school electricity went out. Y'all was going to lose my mind because school had just got back into session. I'm like, oh my gosh. But the school electricity went out. They said, go pick up your kids. I didn't have to go, oh my gosh, who am I going to call to do that? I got to say, I'm on my way. I get to be that mom. And you know what? Life's not perfect. Like Rachel said, there's still days I think I'm failing as a mom, right? We're human. But this gift has given me a fulfillment outside of being a mom, to get to be with adults, to provide a crazy awesome income, to provide for my family, to allow us to travel and bless others and do things that we want to do, and no stress of finances. It's given me time freedom. See, a lot of people work from home, like Dia said, but working from home, like I said, sometimes can give a false sense of being present. Sometimes you're working yourself to death to be able to provide, to be able to stay home. But how is that any different than being at work, right? With what we do, we get to work when our kids go to bed. We get to work when they're napping or when they're at school. We get to say, hey, I'm sorry, I can't do that call right now. It's dinner time with my family, and I protect that. So we get to build this around what matters most to us. So it is true presence. And it has been the biggest joy of my life. And so, again, I don't know where you're at on this call. Maybe you're a mom saying, I'm so sick of having to put my kid in daycare, or having grandma pick them up, or never getting to go to the school parties, or drop my babies off for school, or get to be there for the games. Maybe you're that mom and you say, I really would like to replace a career. We're all proof it's possible, guys. We're all proof it's possible. Again, you have to do the work. I'm not telling you I'm just going to wave a little magic wand and boom, it's going to happen. You have to do the work, but we'll teach you how. Maybe your mom said, I love my career. I feel fulfilled. I get to be present when I want to be. Like, I enjoy what I do. I have no desire to give it up, but I would love to be able to earn some extra income to maybe put my kid in a sport, or maybe just pay off some debt, or maybe get a new family car, or be able to take that vacation, or put my kids in camp this summer. Maybe that's you. Health coaching could be a great solution for that, because again, you get to work this business to the degree that you want, whether it's a few hours a week, part-time, no matter, even us that do this full-time, it's not really full-time. So really, whatever you want to create, whoever invited you onto this webinar loves you enough to do so, and they think that you would be a great fit for this. Now, again, I don't know if you'd be a great fit. I believe that anyone could do this and do this very well. But my hope is that you'll reach out to that person and take the next step just to talk about it. No one's going to force you to do anything. That's not what we are. We just love people. And even if this is not the right fit for you, I hope that one of the stories these ladies shared today will inspire you that there's more. That there's more to life, that it really is possible to be absolutely fulfilled as being a mama, but also be fulfilled in another purpose of giving and blessing others and being able to pour out and make a difference in this world. So no matter what that looks like for you, again, I'm not telling you everybody in the world should be a health coach. I fully believe for all of us on this webinar, it's the best decision we made for ourselves, for our children, for our spouses, and for the world. I truly believe that, because I believe God called all of us ladies to do this. But no matter what, you are called for more. Know that there is more to life than just surviving it, to just, thinking that, oh, is there something wrong with me because I don't want just to be a mom? Maybe this isn't the fit for you, but I pray that you start looking and seeking and finding something that will fulfill your heart. See, I was meant for this, but I had no idea. I just had to say yes and try it. That's what I would encourage you. Don't sit and wait and think, well, am I meant for this and all? Listen, you're probably not going to know until you try. I never knew this was what I was meant for until I took that first step. And then all of a sudden, one day I woke up and realized, wow, this is it. This is what God created me for after being a mom and a wife. So take that first step. And again, I just hope that something we shared today inspired you, that there is more, and that you are called for great things. So we love you. Reach out to the person that invited you to watch this to get more information, to see if maybe it is a good fit for you. And I encourage you, if you have some mom friends that you know could really benefit from this, again, whether to see if it's a good fit for them or just to be an inspiration, I would ask you to share this and maybe tag them in that. And then if you're watching this on the recording, I would love you to hashtag replay so we know that you saw it. And again, it was an honor to get to share our stories with you. Know that there is more. And we love you, and we're so thankful that you joined us today. We pray that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys.